Hey guys, Rezome coming at you here from the live servers this time. I could not copy my monk to the PTR unfortunately, and I was not about to play a shit pre-made character. So this is my monk. Enjoy the footage. This is the other class that I am considering playing in Warlords of Draenor. I can't wait till it comes out. So pumped, so pumped. We're going to talk a little bit about the talents for Warlords of Draenor, what I think you guys should be going with. This is definitely what I'm going to be going with, absolutely. And of course, there are certain situational talents that will be better suited for certain boss fights versus others. But this will just kind of take you through every boss without too much lost. So we'll start with tier 1. That's Celerity, Tiger's Lust, and Momentum. Tiger's Lust is by far the best. And the main reason for that is because not only the movement speed, not only the fact that it can remove all roots and snares on you, but the fact that you can cast it on someone else. And I would recommend creating a mouse over macro to do this. Very useful. It's nice if somebody's got to get across the field very quickly. You can just mouse over their frame, hit your button, and away they go. The next tier 2, Chi Wave, Zen Sphere, Chi Burst. Chi Burst is got buffed. Zen Sphere, kind of lackluster. Chi Wave, absolutely the way to go. Although they did remove, or are going to remove, the Smart Heal aspect to Chi Wave. It no longer goes to the most injured friends, the heal part of it. But it does still bounce up to 7 times to friends or foes within 25 yards. Moving on to tier 3, Power Strikes, Ascension, and Chi Brew. I'm going to have to go with Ascension here. Ascension is pro. It increases your max Chi by 1 and your energy regen by 15%. 15%. That is phenomenal. All right, Power Strikes is useless. Chi Brew can be good, especially if you couple it up with like a Chi Explosion, which we'll talk about. That's the level 100 new talent. But I think Chi Brew's kind of bursty more for DPS. But I think Ascension is the way to go. Tier 4, Ring of Peace, Charging Oxwave, or Leg Sweep. These are all good. Situational. The best of the 3 is Leg Sweep. And it's because it's the longest stun and it knocks down all enemies within 5 yards of you, stunning them for 5 seconds. This is the best stun in the game. I dare say the best form of crowd control in the game. Charging Ox Stun, it's not bad if you've got a ranged ad that's being a pain in the ass, but it's going to stun them, and it's not going to stop them from casting after the stun wears off. Hopefully you have a pro DK in the group that can just death grip that bad boy right to you. And hopefully it's not a DK that feels they have to bind their death grip to an emote. And if you are in a group with that type of Death Knight, I suggest you roll opposite faction immediately and kill them. And camp their corpse. This is not Wrath of the Lich King. It's over. Let it go. You're not Scorpion. Moving on. Ring of Peace is good. Also, it gives you a nice buff for 8 seconds, incapacitating all your enemies for 3 seconds. The first time they'll use a harmful spell or ability. I think that's more for like healers to use personally. So I would absolutely stick with Leg Sweep. Although Ring of Peace is useful, you pop it on yourself and your Tiger's Lust, and boom, you get a nice 70% increase to speed. So you can group everything up nice and easy with Ring of Peace. Definitely some nice crowd control there. Moving on, To the level 75 talents, healing elixirs, useless, useless, useless. Your two choices, dampen harm, diffuse magic. Diffuse magic was in and still will be huge in Warlords of Draenor, and it's humongous in MoP because that is the number one enemy of monks is magic damage. And really, I mean, we really have no way to mitigate magic damage. Just our power guard and diffuse magic. I mean, okay, fortifying brew, yes. And of course, Zen meditation. Malkarak, Zen meditation when he's in his blood frenzy phase, and it's like overpowered as all hell. So it's going to be between these two. They're really good. Either one will work. Obviously, the more magic intensive bosses, you're going to go with diffuse magic over dampen harm. Moving on to the level 90 talents, Rushing Jade Wind, Zuin, and a Chi Torpedo. Rushing Jade Wind, number one, the way to go. Why? Because when you cast Rushing Jade Wind, or I should say when you click or hit the keybind to Rushing Jade Wind, you can use your other abilities. Rushing Jade Wind replaces Spinning Crane Kick. If you just use Spinning Crane Kick, you can't Keg Smash, you can't Fortifying Brew, you can't Expel Harm, you can't Chi Wave, you can't do shit. So when you Spinning Crane Kick, you are locked into that Spinning Crane Kick until it ends. That's why Rushing Jade Wind is better. You run up to those mobs, you Keg Smash, you Rushing Jade Wind, boom, you get up your Shuffle. Or your Fortifying Brew, or your Purifying Brew, or you can Expel Harm and Purifying Brew if they like hit you really hard. You know, there's other things you can do. You can't do that if Spinning Crane Kick is channeling, or I should say, going. And lastly, the level 100 talents. Again, you've got 2 out of 3 options right here. Soul Dance, Chi Explosion, and Serenity. Soul Dance is you are able to shrug off even spells such that 30% of your normal stagger amount works against magic damage. Whoa, that's a big one right there. Next big one, Chi Explosion. Consumes up to 4 Chi to cause the target to explode with energy, causing additional effects based on Chi consumed. This, I think, is going to be the go-to for a lot of monks. This and Soul Dance. If you go with Chi Explosion, it's going to replace Blackout Kick. It's good, yeah. You could. I personally, for me, I would go with Soul Dance because of that ability to stagger magic damage 30%, which is ridiculous. But Chi Explosion is pretty good. If you've got 1 Chi, you're going to deal nature damage to an enemy equal to 743 plus 743 per Chi consumed. If you have 2 Chi and you use Chi Explosion, you will gain Shuffle for 2 seconds plus 2 seconds per Chi consumed. If you've got 3 Chi, you will also purify all of your staggered damage. If you've got 4 Chi, you will hit all enemies within 8 yards of said target or targeted target, plus everything else I just read. So that is pretty cool. And the other talent, the last talent, Serenity, you enter an elevated state of mental and physical serenity for 10 seconds. While in this state, all Chi consumptions are instantly refilled. Serenity now, Serenity now, Serenity. I think this talent is absolutely useless. And I mean, the only benefit I see to this is you pop it in the beginning of a fight and you get your stagger up, your shuffle up to fucking over 3 minutes, and then, okay, great. Like, what else are you gonna do with this? I mean, yeah, you can definitely like use some cooldowns, but I personally think that your 2 choices are going to be Chi Explosion and Soul Dance. Serenity is absolutely a DPS talent, absolutely 100%. Moving on to our glyphs. they made some changes to the glyphs. They took some of them out, but they did take care of us. We don't, our glyphs aren't too bad. Staying the same, glyph of fortifying brew. I'm going to reduce damage taken by an additional 5%, but increase our health by 10% as opposed to 20%. I will say this, and a lot of people disagree with me. I'll tell you now, you're wrong. Damage reduction is always better than an increase to health. Okay? The next glyph I would recommend you use is Glyph of Expel Harm. Expel Harm's energy cost is reduced by 5, while your health is below 35%. It costs you 40 energy to cast this ability. 40 energy. That's crazy. That's crazy. And when you're below 35% health, it doesn't put it on a cooldown. So this is going to be an oh shit button for monks, which will be nice. And the last one, it's kind of like, the rest of them are kind of unimpressive, with the exception of guard. You'll definitely use guard for magic damage fights, which you increase the amount that your guard absorbs by 10%, but it only absorbs magical damage. So that's really good for a really heavy based magic fight. I would say it's between pretty much that and either Glyph of Touch of Death, possibly. But for a Brewmaster, I would go with Expel Harm, Fortifying Brew, and Keg Smash. I think those are your best options right there. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Really helps. If you guys have any questions, you can follow me on Twitter, Twitch. You can always check out the YouTube videos. Or you can look at my Tumblr page. Just search for Rezome TV. Or you can email me directly at rezometv@gmail.com. Thanks a lot, guys. Had a lot of fun, and we'll see you soon. Bye.